Yeah. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to welcome all of you to this momentous occasion, the valedictory function of the first cohort of the Professional Certificate in Airlines Management offered by IMBX Digital Learning Foundation. Before I go ahead, I'd like to invite all our dignitaries to come and take their places on stage, starting with Shankar, Mr. Alok Singh, Professors Reggie and Sushanta, Captain Manish Uppal, Mr. Belson Coutinho, of course, Mr. Sunil Bhaskaran. I request all of you to please come and take your places on stage. So let's switch to some airlines lingo maybe for a little while. Can't miss that for this event, right? So this is flight 6E PCAM batch 1. It took off in September 2025. It's been quite a journey, I should say. For most part, it's been a smooth flight. I'm sure all of you will agree. A few turbulent patches here and there, few courses that shook us up a little bit, some assessments, some term and exams, but otherwise, good day to land today on this runway, isn't it? So after months of learning, growth, challenges, shared experiences, here we are today at the valedictory function. I'm really very glad to see the joy and happiness on all your faces. It's really truly well earned, I should say. So this program has brought together working professionals from the airline industry, each bringing their own experience and expertise along with all their aspirations to this journey. And this evening we come together to recognize the hard work, commitment, and all the significant milestones that they have achieved. So before we go ahead, the learners of PCA in batch 1, who are today also the proud earners of the affiliate alumni of IIM Bangalore, a huge round of applause to all of them. Along with the stars of today, we have their family members, which I am sure all of you will agree, without their support, this feat by all of you would not have been possible. They probably watched all our recorded videos along with you, sacrificed weekend breaks and holidays while you attempted our assessments. So a bigger round of applause for them, because they don't even have a certificate to show, unlike all of you, you know. So while you all have been going through these courses and assessments, I'm sure you have created some great memories along the way. Let me tell you an experience that I have had quite frequently over the last 10 months. So every time in the last 10 months that I've boarded an Indigo flight, I would listen very carefully to the announcements of the names of the pilots, definitely. And then my urge would be to quickly message Chandraprabha, CP, to find out, hey, is this person a part of our cohort? But the only thing which would stop me from doing that would be that CP would probably respond back saying, yes, but can you please knock on the cockpit and tell him that he has 3 assessments left, can you please complete it? So I didn't risk that, you know why. In all seriousness, it's a genuine pleasure to welcome all of you to the valedictory program today, offered by IMBX Digital Learning Foundation. I'd like to welcome our CEO, Mr. Sitaraman Shankar, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you very much, Vijay. So I'd like to join Vijay in welcoming all of you to this wonderful occasion. I see from a very small age group to seniors, a little guy in the corner there. But thank you so much for coming. It's wonderful to finally put a face to a voice and a form to a uniform. Congratulations. I realize this has been a challenging thing for many of you. It's fairly unique that pilots are doing this, because in the other cohorts that we run, we have software engineers, we have fintech professionals, we have doctors, nurses, but we haven't really catered to anyone who's perennially in the sky. So I know the challenges of doing this, and I know how difficult it would have been, and congratulations to many of you. I mean, all of you for completing this, and many of you for excelling in it. So give yourselves a big hand, please. Now, this is a momentous occasion for us as well. This program was quite a while in the making. We were thinking of this. We were ruminating about how to go about it. And I'd like to thank our program directors, Professor Reggie and Professor Sushanta, for bringing this together. And of course, the driving force behind all of this, and you will hear from him later in the day, is Professor Rishikesh Krishnan, who used to be the director here and is now the Vice Chancellor at Ashoka University. So I think he's online. Once we had decided to go ahead, we moved fairly fast, and I'd like to thank the Indigo team. It was a pleasure dealing with the L&D team there and the HR guys who made this possible, and major support in this first cohort. So thank you again. No welcome is going to be complete without a plug for the organization I work for, which is IMBX, Digital Learning Foundation. We are the digital learning business of IIM Bangalore. We sit on campus. We run 3 studios here. We have about 80 people working in the team who are basically, they create content, they work with faculty, they produce, they sell, they monetize, they do everything that needs to be done to get a program to your doorstep. We, on IMBX Direct, we run some things called micro programs, which are 3-month programs in various areas of management, the traditional management buckets. So do check out if you still have the appetite to learn a bit more after this grueling journey that you've been through. This is something you can buy online. We also have the 3 flagship programs that we run, AI for managers. We have hospital management, we have fintech. The last named we run in collaboration with the Karnataka government. We are also on edX, which is the platform, as many of you may know, which was set up initially by Harvard and MIT. We are on Swayam, which is the government's access platform. And we are on iGot, where civil servants go to upskill. So I'm hoping that you will all be ambassadors for us, those of you who've been through this program. I think overall, I would love to think this has been a positive experience for you. We would like to hear both ways from you as we go along. We want as much feedback as we can get. If you see a software engineer looking a bit lost in this world of AI, or for that matter, an emerging leader who needs a bit of help emerging, please send him our way, and our programs are there for him. So do tell others about our other programs, and do talk about this program also, because based on your feedback, the feedback that we have got so far, we have in fact worked on restructuring this. And here I'd like to thank Mr. Sunil Bhaskaran, who's done a wonderful job as advisor to the program. We brought about a lot of changes. The second cohort will benefit, but we would also like to, at this stage, offer it to you in terms of a few free live sessions when you have the time to attend some of the very industry specific content. We are happy to make it available to you complimentary, and that is as a way of thanking you for the feedback that you've given us. So thank you again. I would like finally, of course, to thank the project management team, the program management team. I should say it felt like a project, but it was a program. They have made your lives miserable in a very nice way for the last year or so, and I'm sure you will have withdrawal symptoms when you don't get a call in the evening. But thank you very much to Vijay and Chandraprabha and the rest of them. And again, congratulations and welcome to this valedictory. Thank you.
Thank you, Shankar. I was just looking at how many learners are nodding while you say that they'll miss our calls. We'll speak to them in private about that. So it's my honor now to invite our chief guest for the evening, Mr. Alok Singh, Chief Strategy Officer of Indigo. Mr. Singh brings with him over 3 decades of experience across strategy, operations, planning, and commercial functions in the aviation industry. Before joining Indigo, which he joined very recently, he served as Managing Director and CEO of Air India Express, where he led significant turnarounds in the airline's performance and growth. He's also led very senior leadership roles at Air India and Oman Air. At Indigo, he now leads long-term strategic planning and enterprise-wide transformation, a perspective that I feel will be very valuable to our graduating cohort as they think about their future in this industry that they serve. Sir, please welcome Mr. Alok Singh.
Thank you so much. So, the leaders and the faculty members of this digital learning initiative, my colleagues from the industry, colleagues from the airline, both past and present, and of course above all the graduating cohort of this very unique program. I'm really proud and privileged to see you all complete the program and then graduate today. This is my first visit to the IIM campus, the IIM Bangalore campus. And I also had, as you know, the opportunity to spend a little time seeing with you the capstone presentations, 2 of them out of the 5. And 2 thoughts, strike me. One is that all the presentations that were made, the subjects that you had picked up, they are real life. And I couldn't think of, better problems to solve than the ones that you picked up. So compliments on that, and it was an excellent presentation, that you made. And the second is that, I feel a little jealous, and I wish I could be sitting on the other side along with you guys. So let me, congratulate the batch, and well done, guys. Really proud to see what you have achieved. So on occasions such as this, it is customary for the speaker to talk about, the challenges and the opportunities ahead. It's a little cliched, but for once, I think this couldn't be more truer. The world that we live in today, where we stand today, it is going through these many forces of geopolitics, of technological changes, and there's so much happening. It sometimes feels a little strange whether you can cope with all that. And I have spent over 30 years in this industry, and I have seen many phases come and go, euphoric expansion, followed by, sadly, airlines going away, merging, some just withering away, and then the next phase starts. But this time, it is really different. We have 2 very strong players with order books which are, and of course there is also a startup which is growing extremely fast. I was just talking to Belson. There are going to be 50 planes on exit this financial year. So the order book that we have got, 1,700 aircraft orders, which is unprecedented, and globally there's no match for it. But beyond the numbers, it is about the nature of the players who are in the game today. Everybody is in it for the long term. Everybody has access to capital, and everybody has very deep domain experience. And that is what is different this time. So the capacity that is being built up, it is being built up with, a certain strategy in mind. It is being built up with a long-term picture that you have. And alongside, we haven't seen this scale of airport capacity come up. And again, I'm sure you would have gone through in some of your, sessions. If you look at the top 3 natural hubs, which is really the NCR region, the greater Mumbai area, and Bangalore, the capacity that is being planned for the next 5-7 years is about 450 million. And this is real, guys. This is real. This is coming up even as we speak. Delhi, NCR, and Mumbai, we now have a dual airport system. And in fact, in Delhi now you have a 3rd airport. And in most mature markets, the big hubs, you have multiple airports, and that is actually a sign of maturity. So that is where we are. The capacity that is coming up is unprecedented, and in fact, just yesterday, a colleague of mine was telling me, and maybe it resonates with many of my colleagues, Indigo colleagues here, when the airline started 20 years ago. We celebrated our 20th birthday earlier this month. It was a struggle to find 2 parking slots for the first 2 aircraft, either in Delhi or Mumbai. And today it is hard to believe that an airline which had placed an order for 100 planes, which was then the world's largest order, was struggling to find parking spaces. So we've come a long way. Beyond that, again, what I see different about the industry is that the airline players are looking beyond their immediate airline business. People are looking at the infrastructure that is required around it. So the pilot training facilities, the engineers training school, the digital infrastructure that you need to build up, and all that is coming into play alongside the airline growth. And this is again a sign of maturity of the sector, of the industry. And as we grow and as we place these massive orders, we are also preparing for the world of tomorrow and the world of the future. And unless we do this, we won't have, one of the presentations was talking about the pilot shortage, which is very real and which is upcoming. And unless this infrastructure kicks in quickly, we will have a problem absorbing the capacity that is coming. So that's the capacity side. What about the demand side? The demand side, again, I'm not going to belabor the point, but every growth driver for our sector, I mean, you can see it playing out in this market better than any other market. So whether it is the demographics, the fact that we have 50% of the country's population is below 30 years old, whether it is the GDP. Again, I'm sure you would have, studied in some session or the other that we are leveraged by a factor of 1.5 to 2. So if the GDP grows at 7.5% as it has been, and as it is projected to grow for the next, 5-6 years, the industry will grow at twice that, at least 1.5 of that. Of course, there's no year-to-year correlation. It plays out over a period of time. And then, of course, you have this phenomena of the tier 2, tier 3 cities, which are emerging as the new hotspots of the economy. And again, no surprise that the bulk of our capacity, the Indigo capacity, in fact, 2/3 of that goes into the metro to non-metro, the metro to tier 2, tier 3 cities, because that is where the bulk of the market is, and that is where the growth is faster than the metro to metro routes. So that's the demand side. And it is not just new demand. It is also, I think, about clawing back the market that we have lost over the last 20 years to carriers in the region. Because we didn't have capacity, either the airport capacity or the airline capacity, actually the Indian hubs moved overseas. So they went to the Middle East, they went to Southeast Asia, and the joke was that it is easier for a customer to hop via a point in the Gulf than to come to Delhi or Mumbai and take a connecting flight. It was such a pain. I'm really glad that all the airport operators are now realizing the potential that this has to the growth of the aviation ecosystem, and almost everybody is building on the on this part of the capacity. And just to share with you some quick statistics, about the to from India international market is about 80 million, right? It's roughly about 80 odd million, of which about 50 million is the short haul, what we call the short haul international. So it is, the range of the narrow bodies, the CEOs, the NEOs, and the 737 aircraft. The Indian carriers have a fairly good place in this market. But you go beyond that, the other 30 million, market, which is medium haul, long haul, ultra long haul. Guess what is the share of the home carriers, which is the carriers of the other side and the carriers of the Indian side. Put together, it is not even 40%. So 60 to 65% of the market moves via third countries, right? And there is no reason why it should. So I think for the first time we are seeing that this segment of the market is getting pulled back, or at least everybody has a strategy to pull it back to where it rightfully belongs. And then of course is, we have the same geography that our neighboring Gulf carriers have. We are positioned within a 6 to 8 hour radius flying time to 2/3 of the world's population, and very large flows happen overhead, literally, right? So Europe to Australasia, China to Africa, Europe to the Far East, Europe to the Southeast Asian countries, Far East to the Gulf, and all Indian carriers and the airports are now looking at this segment of the traffic. So it takes nothing, it's coming to us at just marginal cost. You simply provide a good connection between the flights that you operate for carrying customers between, let's say, Delhi to Singapore, Bangalore to Singapore, and then connect it to something which is flying, westward. So that's another segment of the market we are looking at. We had missed this before. So the next thing I want to just talk about is that this is not just about the numbers. I think it is also about, all of us are now pushing the boundaries of the business that we are doing. And I can talk very briefly about what Indigo is doing. Indigo had excelled in the all economy, short haul, point to point business model. There's a pivot which is happening today, right? And the airline is pivoting towards a hybrid business model with a more premiumized offering, long haul product, twin class, and ultimately wide bodies. Now, this goes beyond our comfort zone, right? And it of course it comes with risks attached. And if you go back, in aviation history, when the low-cost airlines emerged in the early 2000s, late 1990s and early 2000s, almost every full-service airline, almost every network carrier realized that to compete with, these players, it is not possible to do it with the DNA that a full-service network airline has. So almost everybody set up low-cost subsidiaries. There were many failures. You have only a handful of successes that you have today. So you have Scoot, you have Fly Dubai, you have Jetstar, which are subsidiaries of, the mothership is the full-service airline. Closer home in India, Air India Express, which I headed. Air India Express itself was a fully owned subsidiary of Air India, and it was ring-fenced and kept as far away as possible so that the DNA would be, maintained. What Indigo is doing is the reverse of that, and no airline in the world has done that. So it is really going to be something that which will be very closely watched. The all economy, short haul, narrow body will continue to be the bread and butter of the airline's business, and that will be ring fenced so that the model is not diluted by the long haul offering. The long haul offerings will be built on top of this core. So this is what perhaps it can be your next capstone project, right, for the next batch. So just coming back to some final thoughts, and for this I think we need to take a step back and look at the big picture. I think there are really three lenses through which you can look at this. One is that there are very powerful forces at play on a macroeconomic dimension, and it is to do with technology, it is to do with the geopolitics of the world, and these impact our business more than it impacts any other business. The second lens is the demand patterns are shifting. So what was the markets of yesterday are not the markets of today and will certainly not be the markets of tomorrow. And the third is what I mentioned is on the supply side. A lot is happening, and I didn't talk about the XLR. I think that is a unique product which is going to unlock markets which are beyond the classic narrow body range but are not thick enough to operate a wide body. And our reckoning is that there are plenty of such markets which are really point to point, and when supply comes in, it stimulates the market, and we have seen markets grow 4x, 5x, 6x. So that is the extent of stimulation that happens when a non-stop service is introduced. Not that these markets, and we have seen that whether it is Istanbul or whether it is Athens is a case in point. Not that these markets didn't have a connection. They all were served with a one-stop product over some hub. But when a non-stop service is introduced, these markets grow, and they grow manifold. So this is a very unique product which I think will unlock the next set of markets. And it is also used as a route opener. So you start small, you open a market, and then as the volumes grow, if it makes business sense, then you put a wide body and shift this capacity somewhere else to grow another market. So there are all these factors at play, and I think for leaders of tomorrow, which you will be, these are not exceptional events. This is the new normal, and here is where a program like this comes in, right? Building on the experience that you have, you have hard experience. I was seeing on an average about 10 years of work each of you bring. On top of that, if you add a theoretical framework, if you add the academic piece, I think it is a winning combination. And this is what will equip you, to make sense of all that is going on in this world and which is going to be BAU tomorrow. So with that, thank you very much for inviting me here, and a big congratulations to the batch once again. Thank you, folks.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure that's that beautiful picture that you've painted about the future of the industry has left all our learners very motivated. Thank you very much for that. I'd like to now invite Professor Reggie, Professor of Strategy at IIM Bangalore, and Professor Sushanta Mishra, Professor of OBHR here at IIM Bangalore, to share their reflections on this journey of Batch 1. As program directors, they both have in many ways been the North Star that this team has looked up to at every turn for guidance, direction, and to keep the program very true to its purpose. So please join me in welcoming Professor Reggie and Sushanta.
You want to? Okay. Thank you for the invitation. Sorry. Respected dignitaries on the stage, dignitaries of the stage, the graduating students and their family members, welcome, a warm welcome to this great campus. We are delighted to see you here. Both of us, we are the program coordinators, and I'll share with you what went behind this entire program. Before the program started, we purchased the books written on the airlines, particularly Indigo. We went through it, we read, we discussed before going for the meetings, just to appreciate what this industry is all about, right? Reading a lot of cases on industry, this airline industry. Lot of long discussions inside the hall and outside the hall, just to ensure what it takes to make a meaningful program. I mean, that was the discussion happened. Also, while we are discussing, we are thinking about the pilots, right? And when we board a flight, they are the people who take care of us. So what would be happening to them, and how can we add value when they are pursuing this program? That was the thought process that we had. And after long discussions, interacting with our colleagues, many industry practitioners, we curated this program. And we thought probably as the leaders or as they are in the industry, they should understand this industry. So the starting point is to understand the industry, they should understand the macroeconomic context. So that came into the syllabi. Then we said, well, at the end, we are in business. So we should think about this organization not in a short term, but in a long term. So strategy featured in the curriculum. Then we said at the end of the day, we should have some money. We should be able to manage this money in a better way, make sense of the financial terms. So the financial management, the accounting, they enter the discussions. Then we say at the end also, people should listen to us. People should know about us. They should know about what service we are offering. So service offering came, marketing came, they entered the syllabi. Then we said at the end, who are the people we are dealing with? So the HR element entered the discussions. And we said when people are there, there should be someone who should lead them, who should guide them. So leadership also entered. And then say when you are running, probably logistic is critical element of airlines industry. So we should be able to make sense of the data that is floating around. So data sciences entered the discussions, and that's how gradually we curated this program. Once we decide the basic elements, then we thought what should be the pacing, what should be the order, and that's how we curated. And we thought, well, these are the basic elements, but at the end, it's an airlines program. So we took the help of the great people in this industry, Bhaskaran, Mr. Bhaskaran, he helped us immensely. So we pull out the talent from the industry, and through them, we try to make sense of whatever we are discussing in the context of airlines industry. And that's how we created this program. And when we created this program, we keep this loop open. At the end, we need to revisit this program and make it more, more relevant to our participants. So whatever feedback we received from you guys, we take it seriously and try to incorporate this. Probably as we move from batch 1 to batch 2, 2 other batches, this program will evolve, and probably it will continue make impact to the crew, to the members who participated in this program. And with this, I stop my presentation. So Reggie will add to this discussion. But before I leave, all my best wishes to the graduating students, and I wish this learning that you carry with you, you will, of course, you will add value to you, and also through you, the airlines that you are working for, and also to the industry, and in a big way, to the society where we are living. So thank you again. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sushanta. So the timer there says 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm always conscious of that because I've spent 4.5 hours with the group today, and it still exceeded the time. So this time I'm going to try to see that, oh, it's 10 minutes, it's reset, is it? Okay, but I won't take any of that. So it's a bit of a nostalgic feeling. I don't know whether some of you are present when the program was inaugurated. On a personal note, I actually grew up a little bit with this particular industry. I was not employed in this particular industry, but my father was there in Air India for more than 38 years. And in my childhood, I actually grew in the Air India quarters in Kalina. So this is something which is close to my heart. I, of course, didn't manage to get into your industry. I got into IIM Bangalore. I'm very happy about that, of course. But it's something which has stayed with me over the years. And Professor Rishikesh Krishnan, I think, who is going to address us, is my colleague in the strategy area. And one of the things which we had a shared interest on was basically the aviation industry. And Professor Rishi's case was what we also used partly today, along with the Southwest case. There was an update of that which I joined with him on. And Rishi and I keep on exchanging messages as far as developments in this particular sector is concerned. So some way it's a dream fulfilled. While I couldn't be employed in the sector, I had this opportunity to be able to address all of you in this particular sector. So that's very personally fulfilling. It's also something which turned from just a conversation and an idea to a full-fledged program. And to see the culmination of this here today is truly remarkable. And I think as has been shared by our distinguished guests out here, and also in our conversations when we were walking across campus, they all appreciated how much all of you have evolved in the progress of this particular program. So you can give all of yourselves a big hand. That broader perspective, which is what IMB essentially tries to bring to the table, in order to be able to look at the organization's totality and how, for instance, all these particular functions gel together, was something which we saw in many of those particular presentations. So you're truly evolved, and we are very happy to see that particular evolution moving forward. So I just wanted to congratulate you once again. We really appreciate the fact that you made a lot of personal sacrifices, and the respective organizations have managed to be able to give you this particular time. I have often been told, Mr. Sunil has mentioned this multiple times, that it's not easy to get so many pilots in one particular room, because you have obviously the job associated with flying all across the nation and even overseas. So it's a testament to your commitment that all of you have come here, and it's wonderful to essentially see you. So I'll just take what Vijay had mentioned earlier. So we look forward to a continuing association with all of you. Sushanta and me will not have the courage, and we probably will be violating rules if we start to knock on the doors as far as the cockpit is concerned. But when we go on our travels, it would be wonderful to be essentially crossing paths with all of you, to let us know, for instance, how we have been able to make a small difference as far as your career paths are concerned. So once again, congratulations. I will finish well before time for a change. I have a reputation in this institute for not finishing on time. I'm going to repair that today. So wonderful. Thank you so much, and all the very best.
Thank you very much, professors, and looking forward to batch 2 and many more batches under your guidance. For our first keynote for today evening, I'd like to invite Captain Manish Uppal, Senior Vice President and Head of Flight Operations at Air India. Captain Uppal is a trained airline pilot with more than 2 decades of experience in flight operations and airline management. Today he leads flight operations across the Air India group as it scales its fleet and expands globally. Please join me in welcoming Captain Uppal.
Thank you, Vijayalakshmi, and thanks for organizing the travel last minute but on time. Just a quick note. Good evening, everyone. While I see some of you in uniform, can I see the hands raised for how many pilots are in the room? Oh wow. Feels like I'm doing a pilot town hall, but today I'll evade the rostering questions. Okay, so I thought, as an aviator and as an airline management for 20 years, what do I deliver to this course? What do I speak when Sunil asked me to speak and have a chat with Shankar? I think I found it only appropriate that I narrate my learnings to you over the last 2 decades and over, from managing cockpits to managing scaled airline operations. So I'm going to talk about that, but before, I think Alok picked up very, very valid points on how aviation industry is on the growth path over the next decade, what it means for operations. From the operations perspective, we currently have about 800 to 850 aircrafts that commercially operate in India. In next decade, we're looking at about 2,000 to 2,200 aircrafts operationally operating in India with the order books that we have. How are we looking at the pilots? We have 25,000 licensed pilots in this country, Indian license holders. About 11,000 of them, just slightly above 11,000 of them are employed in India within the airlines and the NSOP areas of aviation. We're looking at about 30 to 33,000 pilots in a decade that have to be there, operations in commercial, to support this growth. What is also important, pilots are not made overnight. You need training infrastructure. Similar problem with engineers, they're not made overnight. So it's very important to make consistent investments in the infrastructure, which I think Alok covered on the airports. I think New Mumbai Airport, Jewar Airport, many small airports developing, the existing major cities expanding terminals, expanding runways. But most importantly, I feel there's a large bit that will be played by the training infrastructure, be it be the training academies, be it be ATOs, be it be flying schools, and MROs and training schools for engineers. I think that's where the growth is, and at Air India we have made heavy investments in that, whether it's a 100+ training academy in Gurugram, 22 simulators at the same locations that we plan to put in the next year and a half. We have a flying school in Amravati, which will train about 200, 250 candidates every year. We have 2 schools abroad that currently do about 600 cadets every year. We have an MRO that's coming up in Bengaluru. We have a BMTO that's coming up in Bengaluru. And that's what's going to fuel the growth. We are all part of the same ecosystem. We all have to see this growth. We all have to see what's in it for us in India as this industry grows. I stayed invested. I had many opportunities to leave this country, like many of us have left. I decided to stay back. I decided to stay invested in the growth of this nation, in the growth of the industry. Few learnings that I saw over the last 2 decades in the aviation industry, from piloting cockpits to piloting the airline management. I think as pilots, very early in our stage, we are taught 3 things which a lot of people don't understand in airline even after working for many years: safety, reliability, efficiency. We understand these metrics every day because we deliver them every day. You are the front runner, you are the captain, you are the leader who's driving that flight every day. When I transitioned from a cockpit to an airline management, while I knew these principles or the matrices that I was delivering to every day, one thing that I didn't know what went behind the scenes to make it happen. There were so many cross-functional stakeholders, not just internally, but externally. We never acknowledge the people who externally also support us to make this happen: our regulators, our ministry, our airports. There has to be a very strong collaborative environment for this to happen. So I kind of imbibed 3 principles over my first management stint. I said, we need to focus on people because I can't do it alone. We need to focus on processes that deliver this, and we need to focus on systems that simplify this. Why? Because all 3 of them somewhere deliver a very critical outcome, which is how does this influence thousands of aircrafts that fly and millions of passengers that travel on it. With this, I'll dwell a little bit more on the three key processes or 3 key areas which I really love to talk about. One is the process bit. I think the processes have to be simple. We sometimes overcomplicate in aviation with jargons, with many things. If a process can be picked up by somebody who's a non-aviator and understand, it's the best process written. Second, you have to ensure these processes evolve continuously. They can't be written in stone. They have to evolve with every day of experience that one does go through and improve this process. The last one is cross-functional. Please don't make processes which are for your department. Please look how your processes impact other departments and make them cross-functional. It will simplify the life. It will enhance your customer experience, and that's what we all fly for every day. The second, and actually the more important one, and we keep talking about, and I heard one of the presentations that was made was on pilot shortage. It is a critical resource. We all know it is a critical resource. That's why I spoke about the training infrastructure that we're putting on. Even more important when you take your management roles is, are you hiring the right people? Do you have the right assessment tools to get the right people in? It's a safety critical environment that we operate in. Have you put in processes and oversight for your human factors? Have you taken note that you are looking at the human that's flying those planes? This human doesn't work 9 to 6. This human works 24/7, one day in the morning, one day at the night, different circadian rhythm, long haul operations. You don't even know which date it is. Lastly, and most importantly, how are you skilling this individual through this training ecosystem? What you guys are doing is skilling yourself. Give yourself a round of applause for that, because you've done a great job by completing this course. I always thought I would do one, but I'm glad I'm speaking here today. And last but not the least is the systems. We often confuse ourselves by taking many systems. A system which delivers with simplicity your outcome is the right system that you should buy. A system that you can scale up for your future requirements is the right system you should buy. Please be wary about your data integrity and integrations. If they don't happen right, the system is of no use. And most importantly, please stay invested in new technology. Don't shy away, let the other person try. Sometimes you have to take the first step, right? There are many pioneering efforts that have been done across India. I think India is evolving as an innovator in many areas, whether it's digital platform, many other areas that we look at. We must take this leap of doing new, and especially at an age of artificial intelligence. So these are the three key areas I focused on. I'll leave you with three principles which help me do this, what I've done so far and achieved in life as a pilot. Number one is continue to integrate your learning processes. Do not stop. When something goes wrong, I never ask what happened. I always ask what breach did my processes and systems had that has happened. Figure out where your process and system is weak. The second is strive for consistency. You don't need extraordinary people. You don't want to build an operations where you need extraordinary people to deliver very ordinary outcome. Let's be very focused what we're delivering out here. And last but not the least, please, when you lead teams in future with all this growth, remember you have to build capability which is beyond you, which is not as good as you, which is beyond you, because your performance as leaders will only come out if people see what execution and decisions the people that report to you are making. So that's my few cents on this. With this, I wish you all the best. Thank you, Shankar. Thank you, Sunil, for having me over and inviting me to speak here. And I'm glad to see so many pilots, so thank you. I think kudos to all of you.
Thank you, Captain. That was like a mini masterclass on leadership, I should say. Thank you very much. I'd like to now speak about our next keynote speaker, Mr. Belson Coutinho, co-founder and Chief Operating Officer of Akasa Air. Mr. Coutinho has been a part of the Akasa Air's leadership since its inception, first as the co-founder, Chief Marketing Officer, Experience Officer, and now as the Chief Operating Officer, where he oversees in-flight services, airport operations, engineering, flight operations, and that's a very long list, I must say. With over 2 decades in the aviation industry, he brings a rare blend of brand building and operational expertise, which I think is going to be a very valuable thing for the cohort here to take away. Request, please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Belson.
Good evening, everyone. Professors, the way I saw the number of hands going up, you can probably think of starting another regional airline called IMBX. But first of all, congratulations. Really wonderful to see all of you all signing up for something that will set up for the future leaders of aviation. I was asked at a TEDx session I was doing a few weeks back, what's that one challenge aviation is going to face in the next 5 to 10 years? What's the disruption that's going to come in aviation? And I think I disappointed many people by not saying AI or autonomous aircraft. To me, what's going to be a biggest challenge for us is talent in aviation, in Indian aviation. And I think the initiative by IMBX to have a program like this and the thought for you to sign this up is a fantastic start. And I think one of the things as leaders that keep us awake is talent. I think Manish talked about hire somebody better than you. We now at this point in aviation looking at hiring the right amount of people. And the fact that IMBX has started an aviation program really makes me feel a little better today, because 10 years from here, professors, when you look back, I'm pretty sure you'll feel that you did you did something, added some value to the aviation industry, and I'm sure about that. Why is it important for talent in aviation to be really something that all of us have to nurture, and many of you have to sign up to go to the next level? Technology will come, technology will go, we'll buy new aircraft, AI will disrupt. But I think what's not going to happen without good people is our ability to make judgment, our ability to have resilience, our ability to show empathy. And as leaders, I think a combination of these three is what not just aviation industry, but corporate world needs. And you all have signed up to now look at your next level of growth, being in leadership position is, I think, a great testament. But don't forget these three principles that I believe are important as leaders, which is empathy, resilience, and judgment. That's going to hold you all in really, really good stead as you scale up and take some positions as you grow. I know I'm probably standing in between your certificates and your LinkedIn update to say I've done it. So I won't keep it for long. But I think my industry colleagues have really covered the landscape, right? India is growing. India's travelers are coming in. One of the beliefs for Akasa when we started in 2021, 22 was that we'll have a lot of first-time travelers flying. And many of you all in the cockpit probably know there are a lot of first-time travelers flying. So India growth is real, not just in the number of planes that we're talking about, but also in the number of people that are going to fly over a period of time. So there's going to be no dearth. I think if you ask all of us wearing a commercial hat, we don't have a problem to fill our planes. And the problem is only, can I get that extra $2 from that passenger as a revenue? That's the only challenge. So India is growing, the growth will continue, planes will come, airport infrastructure will cater to more parking bays for us. But investing in good talent, all of you all investing in the next level of leadership skills is, I think, going to make that India growth story, Indian aviation growth story stronger. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you, Sunil. Thank you, professors, for having me here. And my industry colleagues, good to be catching up here. Wishing you all the best. And I don't want to forget the team behind IMBX that does a lot of things behind the scene to bring us here together. Because these programs don't happen without a massive amount of research and late night calls and stuff like that to be creating a program. So thank you very much, team at IMBX. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wilson. That was so pertinent for today because that's what our cohort has done, invested in themselves and upskilling their talent. So thank you very much for that reinforcement. It's now my pleasure to welcome Captain Gaurav Dua, Fleet Captain, Line Operations at Indigo. Captain Dua brings with him more than 15 years of valuable experience from the world of aviation and line operations, with a deep understanding of operational excellence, decision-making, and discipline that defines the aviation industry. I'd like to welcome Captain Gaurav Dua.
Thank you so much. I was firstly nervous thinking what my height is, so I can adjust the mic accordingly. So very good evening, everyone. At the onset, I'd like to say I'm very happy to see a lot of my colleagues sitting here and having completed their incredibly important program. Yeah, so kudos to you. Congratulations on successfully completing this program out here. I believe as pilots, our prime focus, I think I need to stand straight. So as pilots, our prime focus has always usually been flying airplanes safely from one place to another. And we're constantly trained to look ahead, make decisions, being situationally aware while keeping safety at the center. I think while we do that, we also forget the bigger picture, right? So I think when we look at the larger airline ecosystem, which involves people coming in from finance, people coming from operations, communication, decisions, strategy, we must realize and appreciate that people come in from all direction to make a successful airline. So with that being said, I'd also like to take a moment to appreciate the iFly team, which is these programs don't just happen by themselves. The iFly team with us has conceptualized this very program with IIM Bangalore, and gave us a significant opportunity, gave our pilots a significant opportunity to sort of learn here, which happens to be one of the most prestigious management institutions in the country. So thank you, iFly team. With that, I'd also express my gratitude, my sincere gratitude to IIM Bangalore team for having partnered with us, the faculty here, and the team that has executed the program, and telling us about all these important principles in aviation. Now, the most important part is that I, as one of the aviation leaders and many stalwarts sitting here, we would all unanimously agree that the future of flight operations is not just about having mere technical competence. And I'm sure many of my colleagues here would agree, as I can see them nodding. I think it's about thinking about the larger spectrum of the airline. So with that being said, the real value of the program for all of you is not just in the mere certificate that you're going to get. It's about the perspective that you bring in making your day-to-day operations, and bringing your perspective that you bring in making your day-to-day decisions in the operations, and ultimately assuming the role of a leader. So once again, graduation batch, congratulations. And we know that you walked in as pilots possessing strong understanding and know-how of the airplanes, flying machines day in, day out. But we're also hopeful that you walk out of this place this evening with having a broader and even broader understanding of the airline, its business, its functions. And my dear Indigo colleagues, we're very, very hopeful that you would contribute in a significant manner towards making Indigo stronger, safer, and even better. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Captain. It gives me now great pleasure to invite the next speaker. The next speaker is somebody who is very, very dear to the IMBX team. In the last few months that he has been associated with the team, he has really helped us take this program from where it was to where you will see it growing in the next few batches. He has been the mentor in the truest sense to all of us here. Helping us understand the industry, the ecosystem, and everything surrounding it. I'd like to welcome Mr. Sunil Bhaskaran to address the gathering now.
Yeah, let me get the right height. So firstly, let me compliment Indigo and the people from Indigo who have really helped put this program together, because it's really something very innovative. Shireen, Samir, all the pilots over here, much of it was self-motivated to make this happen. I've been on the other side. My experience in aviation is less than all the experts who are sitting over here, maybe a little more than the people from IIM Bangalore. But I can tell you, when I was looking at it from inside, unlike most of the rest of the industry that I have seen and been associated with, I thought that airlines needed to invest much more in their overall people development areas, which probably is happening a little more today. But more so, there was no real programs that one would try to do, and therefore independently I think all airlines were doing things internally, but there was not much which was happening from the outside. IIM Bangalore has a class program, what's it called, there's a GMAE program which is with the Toulouse School of Management, which is the program is over longer duration, and it's more focused towards aerospace and the other parts of aviation as compared to the airline. So I'm delighted that IIM Bangalore has created this fantastic program, curated it extremely well, digitally delivered it, and the first program has happened. They are now working on trying to improve on the basis of all the inputs that you have given, and more specifically to try and bring in industry expertise. So for the next the next cohort, we have managed to get some of the senior leaders from aviation, and I'm delighted to say that Alok, Belson and Manish, all three have agreed that they'll be part of the future program, and we'll surely call you again to get you interviewed for the interviews for the future program. So I think this is one program which will really add a lot of value to Indian Aviation. Compliments to all of you who have completed the program today, because I'm sure you'll all be part of senior leadership very soon. I must tell you, sitting through the capstone presentations, your presentations were as good as one would sit in any of the MBA classes and see these, bright young MBA students given. Professor, you agree with me, right? So it was fantastic. So, congratulations. While we compete in the commercial space as different airlines, and everybody talked about the kind of growth which is coming in, it's very important for us to collaborate to build the capability and the capacity of the entire ecosystem for aviation, for Indian aviation, for the good of Indian aviation. And that's where it's important, like some of the back end which happens, training being one of the important parts, we do our best to overall improve the back end, because it will help all of us, every single airline. And to that extent, I'm very happy to see that today we have the presence of Alok, we have the presence of Belson, we have the presence of Manish, and he came very late, but we have Srikanthan, who's the head of engineering of Star Air, which is based out of Bangalore. Srikanthan, you should be sitting here, who's also come here. So I'm very happy that, leadership team of all airlines of the country are here today. As far as Bangalore is concerned, apart from the fact that they are doing these programs on aviation, which I think are quite the benchmark as far as Indian academia and Indian learning is concerned, Bangalore also is a very special place. I'm sure all of you know and see and feel that this new technology wave which is happening in the world, led by AI, Bangalore is a very strong hub and participant in that. I was recently hearing an ex-CEO of Infosys, who's now a very big name in the Bay Area, talking about if there are 100 units of work happening on AI, which is changing the world and which will change the world, 90 units of that is happening in the Bay Area and the US, and 5 units out of the rest of the world, 10 units is happening in Bangalore. And I can see that. I started smelling that only after 1st of April when I retired. But Bangalore is the place where all of technology, for all of these things, you get to a threshold, you get to a critical mass, and then it just explodes. And that's what we are seeing happening. And it's not happening because of what is happening off late or over the last 10, 20 years. As far as aviation is concerned, the Indian aviation ecosystem started in Bangalore in 1940 with HAL, and then it got supported with DRDO, IISc, all the kind of high-tech research and universities coming which have helped towards it. So Bangalore naturally is growing as a very significant part of the aviation ecosystem. Airbus has 5,000 people in Bangalore, Boeing has 3,000 and moving up to 5,000. Day before yesterday, I was at the inauguration of Lufthansa Systems, and they have come to 100 people in just about 9 months' time, and very soon MADS has a very huge setup over here. The largest number of people that they have anywhere in the world is in Bangalore. So Bangalore as an ecosystem for aviation is really exploding, and I think it's just right that IMB is specializing and creating these programs which will help the aviation ecosystem. I'm now looking at the watch. I have a lot of time. I don't have really anything much to say, but I do want to compliment each one of you who have gone through these sessions. It is some bit of extra time that you have to put over and above your work and family to get this to be done. I sat through all the 5 capstone presentations, so did Belson and Alok for some of them. I think the presentations, I don't know, maybe Alok, you should get them to present inside of Indigo. They are just fantastic. I'm amazed at the quality. I think you people probably came late, but it's just fantastic. It's not just about what they said. The content is, you're not looking for it from a consult or somebody who understands that topic the best, but it's the way they have structured it, the way they have looked at getting into addressing those issues. They were each very unique problems which are live, like Alok said, daily problems that senior leadership is grappling with, and try to bring a context to it and present it very confidently. So I think to be able to do all of that, I was telling Professor Reggie, obviously you have done some good things in the program to make this happen. And before closing, I must compliment Shankar, Viji and CP. CP, you are missing. I don't see you around. she's backstage. Okay, she's organizing the rest of the stuff. I think Vijay and Shankar and CP, thank you, and great job done. And I think you deserve a round of applause from everybody over here. And quite frankly, you guys are the pioneers in terms of having started, put together and developed this course. But I'm sure you'll see the difference that it makes to your everyday life and the way you look at issues, problems, people, the entire organization differently when you get back to your work from tomorrow or Monday or whenever. So thank you very much. I'm delighted to be here and thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As always, we meet Mr. Bhaskaran almost every week, to discuss with him and see what is the next thing we should be doing for the next course, whom can we invite, and it's a very infectious positivity that rubs off on all of us that I'm sure that all of you have also experienced today. Thank you very much for that. I'd request all the dignitaries on stage to please take their seats there, because we'll now have Professor Rishikesh Shetty. Oh, 1 second. Badri needs a photograph. He won't let anybody go without it. So we'll be having Professor Rishikesh. Professor Rishikesh Krishnan will be addressing the gathering virtually today. Professor Rishi, as we fondly call him, has been really a guiding force in the Indian management education for decades, and his perspectives on institution building and leadership will really be a fitting note for our graduates as they step into the next phase of their careers. Actually, his contributions to this program during its inceptual stages has really helped it take shape and given it its form that batch 1 saw it in the way the course is shaped up and all that. So it's really my pleasure to welcome Professor Rishi to address this gathering. My head of production, Irwin, will patch him in.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. Yes, Professor.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, Professor. Loud and clear. Yes, Professor, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear. Shall I go ahead?
Yes, Professor.
Okay, thank you very much, Vijay, for those kind words, and good evening to all of you. It's really my pleasure to have this opportunity to speak to you at the conclusion of this pioneering program. I've had a long-term interest in aviation and airlines, and particularly since the open skies policy of the government of India in the early 1990s, I've had the pleasure of tracking the growth of the Indian airline industry. In the course of this, of course, I've also had the opportunity to meet many of the industry pioneers, to study the financials, to study strategies, and much else that has really gone into the design of this particular program. I I still remember the time when Captain Rachit from Indigo had reached out to us sometime in 2023 to find out whether it was possible to design a program of this type. And we had a lot of interesting discussions on what is the kind of knowledge about the airline industry that pilots in particular would benefit from, and it's the discussions which were initiated at that stage which really led to this particular program. So at the outset, I would like to thank Captain Rachit for initiating this entire initiative. Special thanks to the Indigo team for all the support. It took some time for this program to get designed and get off the ground, and without the patience and support of the Indigo team, that would simply not have been possible. I would also like to thank Mr. Girish Nair, currently Chief Operating Officer of Bangalore International Airport, for his support in the early stage, and I'm particularly delighted that we have Sunil Bhaskaran with us today to speak to all of you. Sunil is an old friend and of course has been an important contributor to the airline industry. I think we are all particularly lucky that you had the kind of expertise range and the kind of professional experience of the people who have spoken to you today. Belson, Manish, Alok, Gaurav, they're all absolute stalwarts of the airline industry, and it's absolutely wonderful that you've had the opportunity to listen to all of them. From my side, I'm really hopeful that all this additional knowledge you now have of the way the airline industry functions and what makes it tick will help all of you be much more and much improved contributors to the industry. You already do a sterling job in terms of flight safety and of course guiding passengers from one part of the country to another, but the additional management knowledge you now have about the airline industry will, I'm sure, make you all-round professionals. I think one of the biggest challenges in the airline industry, which was not talked about so much today, is really more on the side of volatility and risk. I sometimes chuckle to myself, since many of you are from Indigo, if you go back to the Indigo IPO prospectus, you will see among the risk factors tucked away a very innocuous looking statement. The statement said something about SARS-type epidemics affecting flight operations. I don't know whether when Indigo team actually wrote up the IPO prospectus, they ever realized the kind of challenge they would face thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic. But yes, there it was, right there in the risk factors in the IPO prospectus. And there's so many events all over the world which are unexpected but have unanticipated consequences for the airline industry. You've just seen in the last year alone how wars in different parts of the world and other kind of constraints have really put a dampener on international air travel to and from India and have really changed the entire cost equation of the airline industry. So, given the risks which are inherent to the running of an airline and the volatility that's involved, and the fact that all of you must have got a good understanding of the economics of airlines, which don't exactly operate on the largest margins, I think we will all now be much more effective contributors to the airline industry simply with this additional knowledge of what are some of the challenges in running an airline. So while there's of course a very rosy side of the picture, which was painted by some of our friends including Belson, Manish and Alok, I think there's also the more sobering part of the industry, which is that it's subject to a lot of ups and downs. And now with this superior knowledge you have of the economics, I'm sure you will all be able to contribute, particularly during the times of downturn and the time of dislocations, which are really some of the challenging situations an airline faces. If I may just conclude with a few thoughts on some of the things you might like to keep in mind as you go forward with this newfounded management education. One thing I often speak about when I'm speaking to managers is the need to be aware of several of the biases that plague us in decision making. There it's very well documented that though we all know about these biases, it's difficult to overcome them. Here what I'm talking about is things like confirmation bias. You probably know what confirmation bias is, that typically when we have a particular hypothesis in our mind about some particular event or phenomenon, we only accept the data which reinforces that hypothesis, but we tend to reject the data that doesn't agree with that hypothesis. So simple things like that can come in the way of quick and efficient decision making. And I think it's particularly important that we be aware of those biases and take adequate precautions to prevent them. And this, by the way, is as important in your core job as a pilot as it is in running the airline. The second thing I'd like to emphasize is the importance of the fact that we cannot really predict the future. No one knows exactly what will happen next year or even a few years from now. So therefore, the ability to envision different scenarios and understand the implications of these scenarios for management, for day-to-day life is extremely important. So here it's not about guessing or predicting, it's about the entire thought process of how a particular scenario will impact us, and going through that discipline of thinking through the impact of scenarios on different activities that we do. So I would urge you to give some thought to scenario planning, which again I think is as important in your day-to-day job as a pilot as it is to the job of running a airline. And last but not the least, I would like to emphasize the importance of being aware of risks, and particularly looking for what are called weak signals. I think, if you go back to the COVID pandemic, though we in India had a lockdown only, I think it was April 2020, the world was already aware of the pandemic several months before that. And people who paid attention to what was happening in a corner of China were that much better prepared to deal with the pandemic. So the ability to see weak signals early, interpret them correctly, and then take preventive action is again a very important part of risk management. So if these 3 points you could keep in mind, I think we will all make both better pilots and better managers. One is avoiding the biases of decision making. The second is thinking of different scenarios and how they are likely to impact. And the third one is looking for weak signals, trying to detect them early so that you can take necessary preventive action. And as I said, I think these are quite relevant even to your regular job as piloting an aircraft, but they're also very relevant to running an airline. Once again, let me congratulate and compliment all of you on successful completion of the program. I'm delighted that this small idea that we had 3 years ago has finally fructified, and all of you are part of the first batch of the graduating class. I'm particularly thankful to you and to all our guests who have graced the occasion today for blessing this program. And I would of course like to place on record our appreciation of all the excellent work that the entire ILBX team has done in putting this program together and giving it to all of you. So thank you and best wishes to all of you.
Thank you very much, Professor. As always, it's been a pleasure listening to you today. Please don't be surprised if we keep coming back to you for more guidance. We'll always be there to nag you. Professor Shainesh, who is the professor of the marketing area here at IIM Bangalore and is the chairperson of IMBX Digital Learning Foundation, was also supposed to join us virtually this evening, but he currently finds himself in a very bad network zone and is unable to connect. However, he has sent across his best wishes and warm congratulations to all our graduating learners for today. So we'd like to thank Professor Shainesh for his okay, now learners, the moment that all of you have been waiting for, the last assessment of this program. That's the only thing that stands between you and your certificate today. It's a very small game that you'll play. So I say something and you tell me what comes after. So if I say 1, you say, louder. If I say Monday, you say? Perfect, you learned the game well. So now I say A, I say C, If you said P, you get your certificate. If you said anything other than that, after having messages from CP for almost the last 10 months, I don't think you will get your certificate today. So I'll invite CP on stage to take this further.
Good evening, everyone, and firstly, congratulations to everyone who's earning their certificates today. Something about CP, okay? I get a message on, I think, one evening saying, Captain, can I take off tomorrow? Then I open WhatsApp, the message is deleted. Then I found out someone saved CP, and then, it's also something that easily connects to Captain. So, a flattering moment for me. So I've spoken to you a lot today, and right now what I do is I just jump into business. So I have to show you some highlights from the current batch, and that's what I'm going to do. So, okay. So I did a quick Google search, which told me that women in aviation is actually a very small percentage, less than that, okay? Women pilots in aviation is a single digit number. So I'm very happy that we have 22% women in our cohort, and I hope to see the number increase in the upcoming batches. Okay, next slide. Variety in experience. Initially, when we thought about the program, we thought it's going to be something for early career professionals, but then the youngest one in the team, the cohort, is someone with 1 year of experience, and the most senior has 30 plus years of work experience, and what you see in yellow is the average number of years of experience. So I'm happy to know that the program has been appealing to people from all levels of work experience, and we're very happy about it. Okay. Now to most popular courses. Okay. I won't say anything. Next. Yes, the most engaging live sessions. Okay, so now if you wonder why I'm not saying anything, it's a shared understanding between me and the program participants. So, obvious truths here. What do I have next? Is the most engaging courses, okay? Okay, we have to hear what learners speak about the program. So, we're very happy to see that most of you have said very nice things about us, and all the adjectives that we see here is what motivate us to keep doing our jobs every day, and we feel the same way about you as well, and yeah, very happy about it. Okay. Now is the actual moment that you're all waiting for, that is the certificate distribution ceremony, okay? So may I please request Mr. Sunil Bhaskaran, Mr. Alok Singh, and Captain Manish Uppal, and Mr. Belson Coutinho to come to the stage for the certificate distribution ceremony. Okay. Our dear program directors, Professor Sushanta and Professor Reggie also. And of course, our CEO Shankar. So I'll be calling out the names. Please make lines, and then we have the team distributing the certificate from there. Okay. First one is Abhishek Sharma. I request Mr. Alok Singh to hand over the certificate to Abhishek Sharma. Abhishek Yadav. Adit Bhargava. Aditya Jayaprasad. Akash Seth. We don't have him here. Amey Bhavkar. Akash Seth. Akash Seth is here. Okay. Amey Bhavkar.
I think you need to clap more enthusiasm.
Anshuman. Yeah. I know. Aparna Sinha. Arjit Gupta. Okay. We do not have Arjit Gupta here. Arman Nair. Atul Bhatia. Captain Akshay Ashok. Do we have Captain Akshay Ashok? No. Captain Abhay Baduria. Do we have Debolina Das? Okay. We do not have Debolina Das. Fenil Pandya. Gurmeer Singh Dua. Harish S. Do we have Harish S? Vasan. Harish Vasan. Harkirat Singh. Do we have Abhay Nihal Bopre? For the next set of learners, may I request Captain Manish Uppal to hand over the certificates? Abhay Nihal. Devagya Rishi. Kartik Gupta. Hetal Sundarva. Do we have Naga Dattatreya? Yes. Naga Dattatreya. Jasveer Singh. Jinesh Pokar. Do we have Karan Singh? Do we have Karan Singh? No. Ketan Dudeja? Ketan Dudeja? Kunal? Kunal? Do we have Kunal? Yes, Kunal. Kurt Lobo? Kushagra? Do we have Kushagra? Lalit? Lalit. Mayank Sharma? Mayuresh Kulkarni? Essam Faizan? Do we have Essam Faizan? Mayuresh Kulkarni? Essam Faizan? Muthukumar Mohan? Naginder Singh? Naginder Singh? Narayana Vel Konar? Do we have him? Okay. Nikhil Matthew? Do we have Nikhil Matthew with us? Nikita Velankar? Nikunj Agarwal? Nikunj Agarwal is not here. Nikunj is not here. Nitin Koshi? Paras Yadav? Not here. Paras Yadav not here. Parshva Mehta? Funsog Angmo? Not here. Mandar Poti? Praveen Shinde? Do we have Praveen Shinde? Prerna Bhatia? Prerna Bhatia. Preetam. Is Preetam not here? Preetam, yes. First learner to arrive on campus. Okay. Do we have Nakul Soman? They're not coming. They're not coming. Keep it with you. Keep it with you. Priyanka Aditya. Do we have Priyanka Aditya? Praveen Kumar. Do we have Praveen Kumar? Yes, we do have Praveen Kumar here. Do we have Rachna? Do we have Rachna here today? Rahul Mathur? Rahul Mathur? Rahul Nair? Rahul Sharma? Rahul Nair, yes, we have Rahul Nair. Do we have Rahul Sharma? Rahul Sharma. Do we have Raj? Ramit Wazirani? Ramit Wazirani. Do we have Ranjot Singh Pannu? Ranjot Singh Pannu. Iqbal? Do we have Iqbal? Samir Srinivasa? May I request Mr. Belson to hand over the next set of certificates, please. Samir Srinivasa? Samir Srinivasa.
Oh shit.
So the certificate distribution is actually a coordinated effort by 4 teams at least. So I think there's some. Of course he passed. Samir Srinivasa, do we have this? Yes. Do we have Shirin Rastogi? Do we have Shirin Rastogi? Shaurya Singh? Do we have Shaurya Singh? Certificate for Shaurya Singh, please. Shriya Uppal. Next is Shruti Singh. Shriya Uppal. Shriya Uppal. Shruti Singh. Soham Jain. Soham Kapoor. Do we have Sonali Badaria? Sonali? Shrivasta Ankush. Srishti Singh. Sugandha Jain. Sudarshan Murthy. Do we have Sudarshan Murthy? Surbhi Chatterjee. Do we have Surbhi Chatterjee? No. Tanya Agarwal. Tanya Agarwal. Udit Gulati. Udit Gulati. Vaibhav Gore is not here. Vaibhav Chavan, sorry. Vaibhav Chavan. Sujata. Vedant Sharma. Vedant Sharma. Do we have Venkatesh Kumar? We do not have Venkatesh Kumar. Do we have Kushagra? Do we have Kushagra? Okay. Do we have Yogesh Goyal? Yogesh Goyal? Okay. So now we have toppers from the cohort. Do we have any guesses? Anyone already blacklisted as a first bencher in your cohort? Any guesses? Nakul? Okay. Okay, at third rank we have Puneet Mohan Singh. Puneet Mohan Singh. We don't have him here? Okay. At second rank we have Aparna Sinha. May I request the program directors to hand over the trophy to the topper, Aparna Sinha. Next we have our program topper, Sanket Dalwadi, who is absent. Okay, he is not present here with us today. Next we have the most engaged learners. It was very difficult for us to come up with the final list because all of you are obviously most engaged learners. But then if you had to pick top 10, we have Vaibhav Chavan. Do we have Vaibhav Chavan? Most engaged learners. Vaibhav Chavan, do we have? Ramit Vazrani. Samir S. Do we have Samir S here? Sunil Joy, he is not here today. Captain Atul Bhatia. Akash Seth. Akash Seth. Nagarmat Akshay Kishore, who is not here today. Pranav Agarwal, who is not here today. Hetal Sundarva. And Parshva Mehta. Okay, so that was the certificates and awards that we had to share today. Thank you. Thank you. Please take your seats. Before we move further, I wanted to mention about the capstone project that you all did. So the goal of the capstone project was to provide an opportunity to assimilate and apply all the learnings in the program to a real life case. Out of the 17 groups that were there in the cohort, the top 5 were selected by our panel and they had an opportunity to present today before the rest of the class and also renowned panelists. So let me take a minute to list out the names of those groups and also the topics that they had chosen, just to give you a glimpse of the range of topics that were covered, to also kind of highlight the impact of the program. So we had group number 1 with Pratap Singh, Raj Pardeshi, Kunal, Mayuresh, Ramit, Sebjir Singh, Karishma, Parshwa Mehta and Tanvi Biala, who presented on the topic of carbon neutral aviation, ESG strategies for airline and airport operations. And we had group number 2 with Niharika, Nikunj, Mayank, Nikita, Jasveer, Sanket and Priyank, who presented on the topic of optimizing crew rostering, fatigue risk management and FDTL compliant crew utilization. We had the team consisting of Puneet, Venkatesh, Kurt Lobo, Keshav, Aditya, Paras Yadav, Prerna Bhatia and Joshua Rajan on optimizing ancillary service design in low-cost airlines. And we also had on the topic of Indian aviation crews shortage and way ahead, presented by Harish, Rohan, Arman Nair, Sahil, Arjun Rajan, Chandrasekhar, Sohang, Harkirat and Udit Gulati. Shruti Singh, Sujata, Rachna, Nitin, Nakul, Arvind, Aparna, Santosh and Soham presented on the topic of business of safety, investment in safety for profits. Thank you to all the group members who worked on these amazing topics. So I think we have spoken a lot from our side. It's time now for us to give opportunity to learn, the learners of the program to say a bit about the program and their experience in the program. May I please call Captain Atul Bhatia to share his experience being part of this cohort.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I am a kind of a late horse into this game. I started flying about 36 years back, and I find myself amongst a bunch of young thoroughbreds, very interested in knowing how this is. So I am fortunate to have been with a bunch of people who are actually interested in learning more about aviation than the things that we do on a day-to-day basis. I myself felt after 15 years of being in civil aviation and 20 years of being in the Navy and in naval aviation, that there was something missing, that there's something I needed to know, and the wonderful timing that was presented to us by Indigo for curating this, when they curated this particular course with the IIM, and I just jumped into it head first, and all I can say is that all the nebulous ideas and thoughts from the experiences gained in the last 15 years of the industry have today come to the point where I have been able to put them into more defined spaces and understand the way the system works a lot better than I would have been able to do before I started this course. A special thanks to all the wonderful professors who engaged us, whether on video or in the in-campus sessions. We had some lovely sessions over here understanding how it was. And last and not the least, the biggest thanks to CP, who has held us together as a glue, as a group, and coordinated everything with her. We were turning to her for every little thing that we required from here. So thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to learn about this industry. I only wish it had come a little earlier for me, but I'm sure it'll be wonderful for the rest of the people who are there on this particular team. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Captain Atul. Next we have Arman Nair from Indigo, who has agreed to share a few words about his experience with the program.
Hi, good evening. There's no clock around here. Well, firstly, thank you for IMB and the faculty. Special shout out to CP, who's been called a captain as well. So thank you all back, and everybody needs a round of applause. For all the learners with me as well, this has been an eye-opening journey for me. For a pilot especially, when we sit and we learn and understand how a machine ticks, we forget to see what the operational side of everything is. And this has been a complete full circle for me. And to see this hopefully would one day translate into management, etc. I thank you all. Thank you for all the hard work. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Aman. May I have Devagya Rishi from Air India?
Hi, good evening everyone. As a pilot, I've been pulled out for a flight so many times, but today I got pulled out for a speech. Hi, I'm Captain Devagya. I'm representing the minority of the batch. Unlike the rest of my friends from Indigo, I am from Air India. First of all, I want to thank the organizer for giving me an opportunity to speak today. Standing here and reflecting back, I feel the course has given me an entirely new perspective. As a pilot, I used to think that I'm the one handling all the complexities of the aviation world. But now when I look back, I see handling an airline, it itself is a complex thing. Coming from an operational background, it is very easy to focus what is happening in front of us. But we as a pilot used to always forget what is happening at the back end. This course helped me to look at those things. I'm especially proud of being one of the first, being a part of the first batch of this course. I strongly believe the knowledge gained today will help me be a more productive member and individual for my organization and as well as for the whole industry. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Devagya. So my role ends here. I will hand over the stage to Vijay. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you. And congratulations again.
So on behalf of the IMBX team, I'd like to thank all the dignitaries who have graced this occasion, shared their thoughts, motivated our learners, and made this dazzling event. I don't think I have any other word other than dazzling. It's been a really star-studded event today. So thank you very much. I'd like to call a few IMBX leadership members from the leadership team to present our token of appreciation to our dignitaries. I'd like to invite our academic director, Professor Emerson, and Ramakrishnan from our team to hand over our token of appreciation to Mr. Alok Singh. Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor and Ram. I'd like to invite Naga Siddharth and Prabhu from the IMBX team to felicitate Mr. Manish, Captain Manish Uppal. We'll call you and me giving it to them. I'd like to invite Saurabh Srivastava and Vijaya Tripathi from our team to come and felicitate Mr. Belson Coutinho. I'd like to invite Irwin. Irwin is usually hidden somewhere. We'll have to dig him out. Yay! We got him. And Vishnu Priya, please come and hand over our token of appreciation to Captain Dua. You invite Shankar and me to felicitate Sunil Bhaskaran, Shirin Sakste, Samir Hassan and Dr. Sambhalaja. We have to facilitate Sunil Bhaskaran. Felicitate. Yeah. So we request Shankar and Vijay to felicitate Sunil Bhaskaran. Mr. Sunil Bhaskaran. Again, Shankar and Vijay to felicitate Shirin Sachdev. Next, Mr. Samir Hassan to come on stage. Next, Dr. Sanjay Bajaj. Thank you so much. Handing over to Vijay again. Thank you very much. I think it's only right for us to end with a huge round of applause for all our learners today. And I'm not going to say anything more. I'm not going to stand in the way of you and dinner which is waiting for you at MDC. The IMDX team members are here to guide you there. We wish you all the very best and look forward to you being the flag bearers of this program and taking it far and wide. Thank you so much. Oh, sorry. I missed something which was very, very important. The team will just slit my throat for that. I have one slide on the screen which is going to tell us what our learners thought about the team at IMDX, because like a few of our dignitaries mentioned, it takes a village to bring up a child. It takes a whole team to put this whole program together. So this is what our learners had to say about the team. So I request all the dignitaries and all the IMDX team members to please come on stage for a group photograph. Yeah, please join us, Professor. IMDX team members, please gather on stage.
IMDX team member.
CP only the team. Yes, no, gentlemen.
Vishnu, all the team members from the control room. Nayendra Kale, சொல்லுங்க மைக்ல சொல்லுங்க. Nayendra Kale எல்லாத்தையும் வர சொல்லுங்க. ஆடா கேமரா போடலாம். Bro.
Nagendra.
Display that. It will be from there.
That one word we can display.
Yeah, it can be displayed from that.
We can also.
People who are tall, please stand back. People who are people can actually sit down also.
Colorison, come.
Where is Erwin? Hey, Erwin is there.